everybody, welcome to today's mindful message. I'm a little bit behind. I got out of work on time, but I had to run some errands while my mom was in town because she'll be out for the week and, save some money on Ubers. But anyway, this mindful message is healthy ways to apologize. Look, we're all going to mess up. We're human beings. Let me fix my keys so they don't jangle on you this whole time. I don't have pockets this walk. We all blunder it, and we all gotta, ante up and say we're sorry. So what are some positive and good ways to do that? Hopefully you'll find something on this list that will help you. But I always find making a baked good, or if you don't have baking good skills, you can always buy something, go to a bakery, find out their favorite dessert, sweeten it literally as you are sweet to them and apologize. Flowers in a card always works. It's not just for lovers. If you know they need something, like for example, right now I don't have a car. My car blew up, so I'm kind of like finagling right this second as we figure it out. So I needed a ride to the store. My mom reached out, asked, that's a nice thing. I mean, it wasn't for an apology, but I'm just saying that would be a good icebreaker. Like, hey, do you need a ride somewhere? Hey, do you need a babysitter? Hey, do you need your house cleaned? Hey, can I mow your lawn for you? Favors are also a nice way to apologize, but make sure you're not just using this as your apology. You're actually saying the words you're sorry and what you're sorry for. By acknowledging what you're sorry for, it automatically calms the other person down. Like, I'm sorry for whatever I did. If you don't really know, you can literally say whatever I did, but it appeases the other person that you're in it for the right reasons, and anger usually subsides, especially when you're owning it. Like, you're right. I mean, granted, some of the things that you did, even when you say you're right, are still going to have a reaction, especially if they're hurtful, but owning it is always better than trying to deny it, pulling a Shaggy, it wasn't me, or any of that shit. Always bites you in the ass. So we also have, if you're a creative person, you could write a song and you could make it funny. Like, I always fuck up. Roast yourself pretty much. If you can't sing, you could just write a roast, a poem, a letter. If you can't say it, or if you fear it's just going to be an argument, sometimes the best thing to do is just write it in a letter. You can send an email or a text, but that's not really personalized. I would avoid that unless you're at a great distance or you're just really busy with your schedules. You can invite them out to eat just one-on-one, either at your house and just cook them something nice, or you can take them out to eat and really sit down and hash it out and talk about it and make things better. People really do appreciate it, but keep in mind when you do ask somebody for an apology dinner, as far as etiquette goes, you are the one that's supposed to pay. So just keep that in mind. You don't have to. You can definitely do it Dutch. I'm just saying, in my impression, in my life, when I invite somebody to dinner, I always expect to be taking care of them, unless it's like a date thing or like a first date. I don't feel like anybody should have to pay all of it on the first date. First date should be Dutch, because you don't even know if you like each other. You know what I mean? I'm just putting it out there. Anyway, you could send them a video expressing your feelings, like me making a mindful message, but you making an apology and saying everything that you need to say without distractions, in a calm and appeasing manner, and send it to them. You can also do the same thing like a photo reel. You could find a bunch of photos of you two together, or whoever you're apologizing to, or their family, and just make a sweet gesture, add some music to it. That's definitely going to butter and soften somebody up. If you're feeling like it's going to be a hostile argument, try to meet in a safe place, like a library would be great, because you really can't yell in there, or like Barnes & Noble or a store where you're going to have to like check yourself and not cause a scene. I feel like when people are comfortable is when they get loud and rowdy and distracted. So try, if you can, to sit in a neutral zone where you both have to be correct because you're out in public, and that will contain any arguments, hopefully. You could order them food and send it to their job, like Uber them food. You know a favorite dish of theirs or a favorite place, and you know they're at work. Maybe if you know their lunchtime, or you can call and ask. And you know, that's always a nice gesture. Breakfast too, doesn't have to be lunch or dinner. You can send dinner to their house. Tickets or a gift card, like if show tickets, movie tickets, anything really, where you buy a ticket to the fair. Fucking bees everywhere today. Anyway, I'm trying to walk this off because I'm allergic, but it's been following me for a minute. I'm just trying not to freak out. Don't freak out when you see bees. It just makes it worse, by the way. They're getting mean this time of year because it's the end of the season. Gift cards, like if they're a Dunkin' person, a Starbucks person, getting them a like $10, $25 card or more. Hey, I'm sorry, I was an asshole. I just want you to know I appreciate you. Here's a gift card to your favorite place or a common place that people frequent if you don't know them very well. Sometimes if you talk on the phone, you can talk over each other or you're not really listening. Sometimes it is better to talk in text. However, reading it and saying it are completely different things, so it's not always going to come across right. So just make sure that whatever you're writing can't be miscued as yelling or being upset. Did I get them all? Oh, go for a walk together at the end of the day if you live close by. Walking and talking, you know, you're calming and centering yourself and you're talking it out as you're walking. Or if you need to settle your nerves before you talk to each other, you can take separate walks and meet at a certain point. And you're both kind of tired from the walk and you got a lot of that aggression out of you. This is really good for couples that live together. Then you can sit down and talk. If you need to do individual walks, I don't feel like that's unhealthy. Sitting on a beach, some scenic area that naturally calms you, I think is really effective to sitting down and hashing things out. But at the end of the day, if you really want to make up with someone, you can't control other people's behavior or actions, and you can't control how they feel, but you can control your own actions and your own behaviors, and you can own it. And whatever you did, if they love you, they might need a little bit of time, but overall, whoever's meant to stay in your life will. And even if they aren't meant to stay in your life and you are parting ways, it's always best to part ways on a kind term. Because life's too short, you know, to be harboring ill will or sitting around trying to figure out what went wrong. Sometimes, you know, especially in like breakup stuff or breakups with friends, it doesn't have to be romantic. Really sitting down and being like, we're just two different people, I'm sorry. Like, I don't think you're a bad person. I just don't think we can hang out anymore, but I wish you all the best. Like, those kind of endings are always better for everyone involved. But overall, just speak from the heart and react how you would want someone to apologize to you. But keep in mind, everybody's different. Just whatever you're doing, put a sweet and kind foot forward and it will go your way as long as you're honest and you don't push. Like, if you need to give them time, give them time. Don't take distance or need to be alone as a sign as they're not going to forgive you. They just need to think it out, think it over. And those are important things to forgiving. So time isn't bad. Give them space, speak from your heart, and do it in an honest way. Hopefully this is helpful, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.